What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I1 Tesla. We're going to do some testing between the Model X with 3.0 computer and hardware and the Model 3 with 2.5 hardware. And we have Karen to help with the drive. If you follow my channel quite a bit, you know that I test AutoPilot on the same road all the time. We know the software is written for 2.5. It's not written for 3.0 yet. Does it work better with 3.0 since there's two computers there talking to each other, figuring out what to do? We know it's optimized for 2.0, but shouldn't it work better? We're gonna figure out. I got a GoPro on the roof. We're going to drive through there in AutoPilot. And there's some tricky spots on this road. It's a very windy road. I'm gonna set it to 30 miles an hour. Let's see if this is gonna be any better. And then after we're done with this, we're gonna jump into the Model 3 to see what the difference is, see if it's any better. We're turning onto the road now. It is under construction, kind of. There's like spots, but I'm gonna get up to speed here and put it 30 miles an hour. And I'm gonna have my hands ready because this car really hasn't been on this road before. That was a little abrupt. That was really close to that mirror. You missed it, but that was really close. I'll pull the footage from the dash cams too. This is the first time through this road. My car does that too, but not as bad anymore because my car has, I think it's learned a little bit. People are going to argue about that, but I think it's learned a little bit how to drive on this.
We should do this again in about a month and see if it's, after it's been on a couple times.
So it seems to slow down. And we're off the road.
Woo!
We went off the road there. I had to take over. We were quite a bit off the road.
Yes, we were. Rocks, I heard, went flying.
Yeah. So that's not good. But this is a heavier vehicle and, you know, who knows? We'll see. But it didn't do too bad for never being on that road before. And I know all these talk to each other, so all the Teslas talk to each other into the neural network, but it still has to figure out what it's doing at that moment. And that's what the two computers are supposed to do here. But you'll see on the camera that the lines aren't really they're not very bright, and with the construction there's no lines on some sections, but it should have seen the difference between the grass and the concrete. And we're gonna go do the Model 3 right now. We just made the switch. We're on the road in the Model 3. Put it in autopilot the correct way. So, anyway, 30 miles an hour through here. Going about the same speed. I mean, as far as, although I drift over this line and your car didn't. The Model X didn't drift over. It stays closer to the yellow.
Yeah, missing the mailbox.
It missed the mailbox completely. Yours kind of drifted over there, but the car is wider too, so.
Woo!
That was about the same.
It's about the same.
It really was.
I think, well,
yours is a little bit more violent because I think the weight of the car. I'm gonna move the volume so it doesn't.
Felt.
This is a lot lighter than your car. Now, this is where there's some roads that, or the lines aren't paved, or the lines aren't on the road as much.
Oh, there's a lot of shadows.
But here's where we went off the road in your car.
And your car does not.
Yeah, we didn't go off the road there at all.
Mm-mm.
That could be due to the fact that I've driven down this road. I swear I've done that about 50 times on autopilot here.
So we don't know conclusively.
We're gonna see what happens here though. I've never done this.
Uh-oh. Oh God, Brian, come back! You just scared the shit out of me.
You don't test as much as I do.
That was freaking.
I've never done that before.
Anyway,
I've always stopped.
What I was saying is, conclusively, we cannot determine if your car did better on that road because of your hardware, 2.5, or if it's because of the fact that you've driven on that road 50 times.
I think we need to find a road that we both haven't been on. Both cars have not been on, and run through that same test. Now here's some footage of the dash cams. The front camera and the side cameras. We're both driving the same place, and I'm going to lay those on top of each other with the three views. It's gonna show what the cameras see. I'm not gonna edit the footage. If I was gonna edit the footage, it would look like this, but I'm gonna leave it raw footage. So, enjoy. So it was a little weird to me, looking at the footage. It looked like the Model X camera was a little bit, could handle the motion a little bit better. But the Model 3 cameras seem to handle the color a little bit better. I don't know which is more important, is the footage being more stable and easier to read. They did look a little different. The colors in the sky were a lot better, and the colors on the ground were a lot better in the Model 3, in my opinion. The Model X seemed to be more, just more brown. Everything was more brown or grayish, but it was smoother, a lot smoother. Do what you want with this information. I think they're pretty close to the same. It could just be the new cameras, maybe the new systems that they're going with, maybe a different lens, who knows. I don't think Tesla has said that they've changed the cameras at all from the Model 3. My Model 3 is a fairly early build, it's 11,800. They probably have changed a little bit. Either way, very similar. Share the footage, subscribe to the channel. I got some pretty big videos coming up here soon. I got a lot of work ahead of me, and stay positive. I'll catch you on the next one.